So today we are here to discuss a sample paper which would be most probably helping you in your upcoming Olympiads exam. So here we are with a paper. We would be discussing the pattern of the paper and sharing few of the questions according to the Olympiad paper. So before we proceed with our questions, let's have a look on how the paper would be. It would be a paper of first 50 questions divided into four sections: logical reasoning, mathematical reasoning, everyday mathematics, and achiever section. Logical reasoning has a different syllabus, whereas rest three sections has the same syllabus depending on the just the question pattern or the difficulty level is a bit altered. So firstly, logical reasoning, it has verbal and non-verbal reasoning, where we have many topics like ranking, question based on direction sense, Venn diagrams, blood relationships, and so on and so forth. Here we have 15 questions of 1 marks, which would be total 15 marks. The next section is mathematical reasoning, 20 questions, 1 marks each. So that's again 20. Everyday mathematics, 20 questions, 10 questions, 1 marks each, which is again 10 marks. And lastly, we have achievers section where we have just 5 questions, but the marking is 3 per question, which makes it a total of 15. So this is how our 50 questions would be divided into various sections and various marks. So starting off with our paper, the first question that we have over here is a pattern question. If you observe, find the missing number if the same rule is followed in all three figures. What is the pattern over here? Generally, whenever we have such questions where diagonals are coming up, the first thing that we should check is always the diagonal concept, because most of the times we have some diagonally related relationship. So 9 4 times 36 multiplying 3 2 times 6. So we are finding product of both the diagonals, subtracting them, we get the number at the center. Let's see whether our pattern is correct or not. 8 5 times 40 minus 10 4s are 28. 12, yes. So over here, what we need to do is 9 5 times 45 minus 7 4 times 36. 45 minus 36, if we do over here, sorry, 7 4s and 28. 45 minus 28, if we do over here, we would be getting 17 as the difference. Do we have it? Option B, yes. So that's our answer. Next, this is a coding decoding question where beer is coded as E, H, D, and U. Can we see it as adding up to 3 alphabets? After B, C, D, E. Third alphabet has been taken. After E, F, G, H. Again, the third alphabet has been taken. After A, B, C, D. Again, the third alphabet has been taken. After U, same. So we need to do this itself for our next word, which is tiger, adding 3. So if we add 3 to T, it's U, V, W. Do we have any options starting with W? Yes, over here. Any more? No. So I think we have already found our answer. That's option B. Moving on to the next question, a blood relation question, that is, P is the father of Q. Let's have the diagrammatic representation to the question. P is the father of Q. R and S are son to Q. T is the mother of S. That means she is the wife to Q. So how is T related to P? T is daughter-in-law to P in that case. Husband's father. So daughter-in-law, option C is the answer. The next question, a man is at a point P. He starts walking 6 meters towards the east. This is P. He starts walking 6 meters towards the east. Next, he turns left and walks. So from east or left is towards the north. So north he is taking and walking 4. Then again he turns right. From the north, if I turn right, that's towards the east again. So turning east and walking 2 meters again. From here again, turning right means turning to the south, walking 4 meters. If I went up 4, coming down 4 would be parallel to it. So this is it. So here is point Q. So what is the different distance between point P and point Q? 6. And this much is 2. parallel to this. If this is 2, so this is also 2. So 6 plus 2, 8 meters is the answer. Option D. Next, question number 5. In the given Venn diagram, circle represents students who join online classes. Okay. Square represents the students who join offline classes. Okay. And rectangle represents students who arrange tutors. Fine. So what do we need to do? Number of students who join online and arrange tutor at their home. So basically we need the overlapping portion of the circle and the rectangle, which is at number 15. So that's the answer. Next, question number 6 is again from a different topic that's called mathematical operations, which is a combination of nothing but BODMAS and coding decoding. Over here, we just have to decode the symbols. 20, P is division, so divided by 4, Q is multiplied by 7, R is added to 3, and S is subtraction, so 7. Now just use the BODMAS. 20 divided by 4 is 5, multiplied to 7 plus 3 minus 7. Next, we perform multiplication. Then we perform the addition. Then we perform the addition and finally the subtraction that gives us 31. Option B as the answer. Next, moving on to question number 7, which is a question from ranking. In a row of boys, Abhinav is 13th from the left. Abhinav is over here, 13th from left. There are 2 boys between Karthik and Abhinav. Okay, fine. Karthik is sitting to the right of Abhinav, means Karthik is somewhere here towards the right, and he is 15th from right, and 2 boys in between. So total number of boys, 13 plus 3, 2, 15, plus 15, 30. We're just adding up 13 plus 2 plus 15, that's 30. So the total number of students are 30 in that group. Option number B. Next, question number 8 wants us to find out the number of triangles over here in the given picture. Let's count the individual ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a 10. Now combining 2, this is 11. This is 12. This is 13. And yes, this is 14. So we have 14 so far. 14 so far. Now we can also take these two, 15 and a 16 over here. 17 and a 18 over here. Next, what else can we take? 18 we have so far. Do we have any more triangles? Yes. This is 19. This is 20. Similarly, along this diagonal, we can take 21 and this side 22. So 22 already we have found. We have already found our answer more than 20. So that's the answer. Next, we need to find out the correct mirror image to the given figure if it is placed vertically to the left. What is the correct mirror image if this is the question? If it is placed vertically to the left, that means this side. So in that case, option B should be the correct mirror image. Because the shaded would come near to the mirror, we should have the arrow over here, then the triangle over here, and the circle over here. So option B matches them correct. So that's the answer. Question number 10. Select a figure from the options in which the given part is exactly embedded. Where do you find this? Option A, no. Option B also no. Option C, yes. I can see it over here. So that's the answer. Next, select the correct option so that the pattern in the given figure is completed. If we see this is standing line, then shaded, then it is turning clockwise, then shaded, then it should turn clockwise. So it should be like this and then shaded over here. So where do we have it? Turning clockwise. You should have it turning clockwise, standing lines over here, then shaded over here. So that's option D as the answer. Moreover, if you observe, the placement of this should be in the diagonals. So it should be over here, right bottom. So the only option with the right bottom is this. So 11 is the answer. 11D is the answer. Moving on to question number 12, the given question consists of a set of three figures X, Y, and Z following a sequence of folding of a piece of paper. X is folded first half like this, then again into quarter. And then after having folded into quarter, one quarter has four circles being punched into them. So if we just open, here would again be four circles, then half being folded. So here would be four and here would be again four. Option C has it, so that's the answer. Next, question number 13. The given sheet of paper is folded to form a cube. Select the figure from the options which is similar to the cube formed in the paper. So circle, if we just observe, if we just try imagining that we are folding it from the triangle, triangle being the front face, the circle would move upside, the circle would move upside, the star would come to its bottom face over here, and the square should go leftwards. So we have it in option B, the circle going up, triangle being the front face, and the square to its right. So option B is the answer. Next, question number 14 is again a pattern question. Find the missing term in the given figure number pattern. 3, then 8, an increase of 5. 8, then 15, an increase of 7. So this is Fibonacci series where now it is increasing order as well as the difference is also increasing. So 3 plus 5 is 8, 8 plus 7, 15. So next should be 15 plus 9, 24. So that's the answer. Next, question number 15. Select a figure from the options which satisfies the same conditions of placement of dots as in the figure. Okay, so let's first check out the dots. The first dot is circle plus triangle. The second dot is all three overlapping. Triangle, circle, and square. All three. And the last one is over here, just the circle and square overlapping. So in this one, option A, all three overlapping, do we have? Yes. Over here, there's a circle and square overlapping, yes. There's a circle and triangle overlapping, yes. So option A is the answer. Next, moving on to the next section, mathematical reasoning. What is the difference between the successor and predecessor of the number given? We don't have to really calculate because it is a mathematical fact that the difference of successor and predecessor of any number is always a 2. So hence option C, 2 is the answer. Next, moving on, study the pattern carefully and find the missing number. In this one, if we observe just the right-hand side, it is multiples of 2's power. We don't have to take the left-hand side. We can simply follow the right-hand side pattern. 2 square, 4 square, 6 square, 8 square. So next one should be a 10 square, which is option A. So that's the pattern. Multiples of 2 raised to 2. Next question number 18, the sum of additive inverse of minus 100. Additive inverse of any integer is the same numerical value with a different symbol. Different symbol as in, if it is a negative number, it's positive. And if it's positive, it becomes negative. So additive inverse of minus 100 is a positive 100. And additive inverse of 52 is a negative 52. So their sum would be 100 minus 52, 48. So option B is the answer. Moving on to the next question, an image is given. We have to find how many edges are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6. 6 edges, so option B, 6 is the answer. Next one, find the perimeter of the given figure. If we just try to make it a composed, instead of a composed figure, a defined figure, if we just try to make it, this is 14. If this is 7, this is also 7. So 7 plus 7 is already 14 plus 14 we have. Next, if this is 14, this plus this should also be a 14. So another one more 14 we have. And this is 5. So this is also 5. So 5 plus 5, one more 10 we have. 14 3 times is 42 plus a 10, 52 centimeter. Option C is the answer. Which of the following figure is a polygon? What is a polygon? A polygon is a figure which is made up of straight lines and is closed. This is a curve. This is a curve. This is also a curve. option D is the only one made up of straight lines and is a closed figure. So that's the answer. Statistics data handling question. Given is the bar graph showing the number of scooters produced in a factory during the first 6 months of the year. Study the graph carefully and answer the questions. So what is the difference between the maximum production? This is the maximum production, which is parallel to 350, and the minimum production, which is 150 parallel. So the difference between them is 200, hence that's the answer option. Moving on to question number 23. Moving on to question number 23. We have over here two sides. So first what we should do, we should solve them. If we just take the LCM of the left hand side, it will be 42. 7 6 times is 42. So 2 6 times is a 12 plus 21 2 times. So 3 2 times 6. 14 3 times. So 5 3 times 15. 12 plus 15 plus 6 would be 33 by 42. Next, on the right hand side, again, the LCM would be 42, 7 6 times. So 3 6 times is 18 plus 6 7 times. So 2 7 times is 14 and a 1. 18 plus 14 plus 1 is again 32 plus 1, 33 by 42. Since both of them have 33 by 42, they are equal. So option C is the answer. Moving on to the next one. Which of the following figure is true according to the given options? F, D, and G are interior angles of AOB. F is not interior, so that's not true. F, E, and H are exterior. F, E, and H are exterior. Yes, they are exterior, so that's the true one. Option B is the answer. Moving on to our next question, number 25. Over here, we have an equation which has to be simplified. 4 3 by 5 minus 2 7 by 9 minus 1 2 by 15 minus 2 fifth. So first what we should do, let's convert them into improper fractions. 5 4 20 plus 3 23 by 5 minus 9 2 times is 18. 18 plus 7 would give us 25 by 9 minus 15 1 times is 15 plus 2, that makes it 17 by 15. And the last one is already into a proper fraction, so no need of converting. Now, if we observe, the denominators are different, 5, 9, 15, and 5. So if we have to convert them into a common one, the LCM we have to take, which would be 45. So 5 9 times. So 23 9 times has to be done. 23 9 times is 207. Minus 9 5 times you have to take. So 25 5 times is 125. Minus, over here we have to take 15. 3 times would make 45. So 17 3 times, that's a 51 over here. Minus 5 9 times is 45. So 2 9 times is 18. 207 minus 125 minus 51 minus 18. That's what we need to solve. If we solve, we would get 13 as the numerator and 45 stays as the denominator. 13 and 45, since they do not have any common factor, it cannot be simplified further. Hence, option B, 13 by 45 is our required fraction. Moving on to the next question. Which of the following number line correctly represents minus 7 plus 4? Minus 7 plus 4 means the first jump should be from 0 to minus 7. And since it's a positive 4, it should come back 4 steps. That would result in minus 3. Now let's check into the options. This is first of all not resulting in minus 3. So eliminated. This one also not resulting in minus 3. Eliminated. This one, yes, resulting in minus 3. This one again not resulting in minus 3. So the only possible answer is option C. Next, write the following sum in Hindu Arabic numeral. Over here, 3 of the Roman numerals are provided. So to answer in Hindu Arabic, first we should convert the numbers into Hindu Arabic. C stands for 100, D 500. So that's 400. LX is 60 and IB is 464 plus double C 200, double X 220 and 4. So it's 224 total plus L is 50, 1060, 1070 and a 5. So 75. So what we need to do is now we have to add 464, 224, and 75. The sum of these three numbers would result into 763. Option B is our correct answer. The next question is from algebraic expression. Which of the following equations justify the statement? You have to frame an equation over here as the options are visible. What we have to do is the age of Ria is 5 more. Age of Ria is said to be considered as Q. So age of Ria, which is Q, is so equals to 5 more. So 5 plus then 3 times the age of her son. 3 times so the age of her son, which is P. So Q is equals to 3P plus 5 or 5 plus 3P. Option C is our correct answer. Number of perpendicular bisectors on a line segment. On a line segment, there is always one perpendicular bisector at a time. Then only it will divide the given line segment into two equal halves. Hence, 1 is the answer. Moving on to the next question, find the value of M. So first, let's just break this apart. Half of, within the bracket, the LCM would be 3. So 3 times M on top minus 1. Is equals to, if we take the LCM of the right hand side, that would be a 21, 7 and 3. So 7 3 times is 21. So 2M 3 times would be 6M plus 3 7 times is 21. So 1 7 times would be a 7. Now this side would be 3M minus 1 multiplied by half means 3 into 2 6 equals to 6M plus 27 by 21. Now we should cross multiply. 6 would come this side, 21 would go this side. 21 into 3M, that would be 63M minus 21 is equals to 6 6 are 36M plus 7 6 are 42. So 63M and third we would just now transpose of the like terms. So M's would be on one side, 63M minus 36M is equals to 42 plus 21. Transposing done. Now let's solve. 63 minus 36, that would be 27 times M. And 42 plus 21 is nothing but 63. So the value of M is 63 by 27. Both of these are multiples of 9. So we can simplify 9, 7 times 63, 9, 3 times 27. 7 third, option A is the answer. Moving on to the next question. What is to be added to 18.243 to get 31.472? Over here in this case, we just need to subtract both the numbers given. 31.472 minus 18.243. If we subtract these two, we would be getting over here a 2 over here and again a 2. 0.1 would become 11. That would result in 3. This would become 2 since we borrow 13.229. Option D is the answer. Next question number 32. The given figure is obtained by removing 4 small squares from a big square. Now, as we can see, the big square is 3 of these squares when joined, it's total 6. That means each is 2. And moreover, over here, it's already given 2. So that means each square is of side 2 by 2, which means the area of each square is 2 times 2, which is 4 centimeters square. If area of 1 is 4 centimeters square, what is the shaded area? How many squares shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So area of 5 such squares would be 5 4 times 20. Option B, 20 square centimeter. Next question, which of the following figures has more than 2 lines of symmetry? The star, yes, along its vertices. So yes, this one is a square. Yes, again, vertical, horizontal, and both the diagonals more than 2. This, no. This one again has only 2 of it. So more than 2, only figure 1 and 2 have them. So option B is the answer. Next, moving on to question number 34. Find the difference between 4,23,308 rounded off to nearest thousands. 4,23,308 when rounded off to nearest thousands would be 4,23,000. And 42,568 rounded off to nearest hundreds. 42,568 would be 42,600 because to round off to nearest 100, we should check tens, which is 6 more than 5. So it would increase the hundreds place. Now we need to find the difference, so we should subtract. When we subtract this, we will be getting 3,80,400. Option D is answer. Next, question number 35 asks you to find it out in the word comparison, the ratio of the number of consonants to the vowels. How many consonants do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. By how many vowels? 1, 2, 3, and a 4. 6 by 4, not over there. It can be simplified further. 3 by 2 when we divide it by 2. So 3:2 is the required answer, option C. Moving on to our next section, everyday mathematics. How much wire is used in fencing a garden of length 526.75 meter and width 225.46 meter? So basically fencing is done around the garden. So around means we are supposed to find the perimeter to the given figure. The formula to perimeter is 2 times length plus breadth. So 2 times of 526.75 plus 225.46 should be done, which would be 2 times of 526.75 and 225.46. If we add, that would result in 752.21. So now we need to multiply it by 2 or double it. As we can see, 752.21, double of that would be 1504.42. Where do we have it? Option C. So that's the answer. Next, question number 37. Nitin has a credit card with a bank limit of 50,000, but he has bought a cell phone for 62,000. What amount should be written? So he has bought something exceeding the limit. So obviously now he has a negative balance. A negative balance of how much? 52,000 minus 62,000. That's minus 12,000. So the bank statement will be showing minus 12,000, a negative integer. Option B is the answer. Next, question number 38. The weight of 3 friends are given in the ratio to be 2, 5, and 7. If the total weight is this, find the weight of the heaviest person. The heaviest person is obviously the one with the ratio 7. 7 parts out of how many total? 2 plus 5, 7 plus 7, 14 total parts. 7 out of 14 total parts of the total weight of the 3, that is 126 kg, 350 grams. So basically we need half of this. Half of 126.350 is 63,175 grams. Option A as the answer. Next, question number 39 is again from simple equations. Jaya's score in mathematics is 30 more, so addition symbol, than 2/3 of the score in English. Score in English is x, so 2/3 of that would be 2x by 3. So this is the required equation, which we can see in option number B. So that's our answer. Moving on to the next question. Priya drove 15 kilometers west, okay, and 18 kilometers east, fine. Now, which of the following would represent her position with respect to her starting point if east is positive? So this is plus 18 and west is negative, so minus 15. Plus 18 minus 15 is a positive 3 kilometers. So her final position is positive 3, option number 2. Moving on to the next question, there are 222 red balls in a basket. A boy takes out 6. Okay, out of 222, a boy is taking out 6 red balls, so minus 6, and in place of that, adding 12 white balls. He's repeating this until and unless all the red balls are replaced by the white balls. So basically, the pattern over here is what? Whatever he's taking out, he's putting the double of them. So at the end, what would be the total number of white balls in the basket? Obviously, double of what is currently there. So double of 222, that's 444, option number 2. 42nd question. The present age of Reena is 1/4 of her father's age. Her father's age is 52. So Reena's age is 1/4 of 52. 1/4 of 52 would result into 13. 13 4 times is 52. Now, Reena's age after 7 years is asked. So if current age is 13, 7 years later, she would be 20. 13 plus 7. So 20, option B is the answer. Next, question number 43. Arav is climbing the steps to a hilltop. He is at the step M, okay. The total number of steps is 10 less than 4 times what Arav has reached. Arav has reached M, so it's 4 times is 4M and 10 less than that. So 4M minus 10, option A is the answer. Question number 44. 1022 bolts are manufactured every day in a factory. How many such bolts could be manufactured altogether in the month of September, October, November, and December? Firstly, let's find out how many days are there in the month of September. September has 30, October 31, November 30, and December again 31. That's all over 34 times 120 and 2 extra days. So 122 days. Now, every day, if they are manufacturing 1020 in 122 days, they will be manufacturing. We just need to find the product of these two. And whenever we multiply these two, we would be getting 0, 12 lakh, 1,24,440. 1,24,440, option B is the answer. Moving on to the next, the distance between Delhi and Mumbai is given to be 1490. Okay. A man has already traveled 920 by train. So if 920 by train, what is the remaining distance he has to travel? 1420 minus 920, that's 500. So this distance he has covered by bus. So what is the fraction of the distance covered by bus? 500 of the total, which is 1420. 0 can be cancelled out. Rest can be divided by 2. 25 times is 50 and 271 times is 142. 25 by 71, option B is the answer. The last section for the paper achievers section, which of the following statement is incorrect? The first one, 161 and 168 are not co-prime numbers. That's correct. Co-prime numbers are a pair of either composite numbers or prime numbers which has HCF as 1, highest common factor as 1. So this is correct. Number is divisible by 3 if the sum of all its digits is divisible by 3. This is also correct as per the divisibility rule of 3. The third one, the sum of the integers minus 8 plus 23 plus minus 31. So it's basically positive 23 minus 39. Positive 23 minus 39 is a negative 16. Okay, that should be less than the sum of these. Minus 31 plus 7 minus plus 3. Minus plus 3 it is. So if we solve this, it's basically minus 31 plus 7 plus 3. So it's minus 31 plus 10 or minus 21. Now is the above one less? Minus 16 is not lesser than minus 21. It's rather greater than minus 21. When it comes to negative numbers, the smaller the number, the greater is its value. So this is incorrect. So option C is the answer. Next question number 47. A line segment has two endpoints. Something which has two endpoints, that's called a line segment. Bisector of an angle. A bisector of an angle obviously divides it into two equal halves. So again, the answer will be 2. And set squares in a geometry box, they are again in number 2. So 2, option B is the answer. Moving on to the 48th question. Two statements are given. You have to select the correct option. Which of them are correct or incorrect? The first one says the cover of the rectangular table is to be made of cloth of length 54 centimeter and breadth 32 centimeter. So if the cover has to be made, what would be the cover required? 54 times 32. So when you multiply 54 times 32, that would give you the area of cloth required. And that's nothing but 1728. The same number as in the question. So this statement is true. Moving on to statement number 2. The total cost of flooring a room at 7.5 per square meter is 975. So what is the area of the room then? Basically cost divided by per meter square cost. 975 divided by 7.50. That's 130. Okay. So the area of the room is 130. Let's see. The dimensions are given, length and breadth. So area of the room according to the dimensions, what is it? 16 multiplied to 8.125. That's again 130. Area of the room according to the cloth and according to the dimension, both are same in number. Hence, this statement is also correct. So both of our statements is correct. So option A is the answer. Next question, you have to state T for true and F for false and select the correct option based on it. The given fractions 12 by 28, 27 by 32, 17 by 14, and 7 by 4 are arranged in ascending order. Is it correct? Let's see. First one is 12 by 28. We can easily convert the last one to 28, 4, 7 times. So 7 times 49. So yes, possible that starting with 12, ending at 49 arranged in ascending order. Moreover, to cross verify, we can easily convert this one also. 14 2 times is 28. So 17 2 times is 34. Starting with 12, over here 34, then 49. So this is in ascending order. So option number 1 is true. Let's check out for the possible answers. False, eliminated. False, eliminated. True stays. False, eliminated. The only option with true as the first one is option number C. So that's the answer. We do not really require the rest of the three over here. Coming on to the last question for our paper. The total number of students who appeared for a competitive exam in the last 5 years is given below. One rectangle has to be used as 200 students. So let's find out for the first one, how many symbols would be needed to represent 2015 and 18 students together? 2015, 5,000 students, 18, 3,000 students. So 5,000 plus 3,000. That's a total of 8,000. Each symbol would be representing 200. So basically 80 divided by 240 symbols would be needed for the first one. For the next, okay, now we have 2 as 40. So we have to find out the next one as well. How many less symbols are needed to represent the number of students in 2019 than in 16? 2016, we have 6,400 students, whereas 2019, we have just 2,000 students. So the difference is of 4,400 students. Each symbol would represent 200. So that means 22 symbols for this one. 40 and 22, option C has the required combination. So that's the answer. With this, we complete our paper. Hope this video would help you in your upcoming exams. Thank you.